So R5, part 2. Again, we are multiplying polynomials. So here we're going to have special products. So whenever we have an a plus b times an a minus b, if this was something like x plus 3 times x minus 3, when it's the same thing, but the only difference is that sign in the middle, we don't have to FOIL this out. There's a shortcut. When we FOIL this out, it ends up being a squared minus b squared. So whatever that first term is, so in this example, it would just be x squared minus 3 squared, which would be 9. So instead of FOILing it all out, this is a shortcut. So special products are just shortcuts instead of FOILing. If you forget one of these, then just FOIL it out. Next, if we have an a plus b squared, this, when we FOIL it out, ends up being a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Bless you. And then if we have an a minus b squared, when we FOIL this out, it ends up being a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. So it's the same thing as the one above, but the only difference is the sign in the middle here. And it matches whatever sign is in the middle. All right, so in case you missed it on the last slide, the special products are written up here also. So this is when we have an a plus b times a minus b. So our shortcut is a squared minus b squared. All right, so it just so happened that the example that I wrote on the last one is number 10. So if this is our a and our b, our shortcut is a squared minus b squared. So what's a? X, it's the first term there, so this would be x squared minus, and what's b? 3, so 3 squared. So x squared is just x squared, but I can evaluate 3 squared. What's 3 squared? 9. So our answer here would be x squared minus 9. If you FOILed these two binomials out, you would get the same thing. All right, let's look at 11. So again, I have a plus b times a minus b. So I know my shortcut is a squared minus b squared. What's my a? 3x. So this is 3x squared. And what's my b? 2. So minus 2 squared. What is 3x squared? How do I square 3x? 9x squared. So remember that squared gets distributed to the 3 and the x. So it becomes 9x squared. And what's 2 squared? 4. So 9x squared minus 4. All right, let's look at 12. So I have a plus b times a minus b. It's the same thing, but the only difference is the signs in the middle. So I can use my shortcut. So what's my a? 2x, so that's 2x squared minus, what's b? 4 squared. So it's just this term minus this term squared. So how do I square 2x? Distribute. So 2 squared is 4, and then x squared is just x squared. And what's 4 squared? 16. So 4x squared minus 16. So again, a plus b, a minus b means that we're going to do a squared minus b squared. So what's my a? 5x. So 5x squared minus what's b? 1 squared. So what is 5x squared? 25x squared. So don't forget that squared gets distributed to the 2 and the x. And then what's 1 squared? 1. So my answer here is 25x squared minus 1. Our next special product that we're going to practice is when we have a plus b squared. So it'll look like this one. We use this as a shortcut. So we could FOIL it out because it's like a plus b times a plus b, because squared means we multiply it by itself. Or we could just use this shortcut. So in the shortcut, it is a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So I just rewrote it. What's my a? 2x. So this is a. So I'm going to put that in the a spot. So I'm going to put a 2x here. So I'm just going to rewrite it over it. 2x here. So I put it wherever I see an a. What's my b? 5. So I put a 5 wherever I have a b. And now I can simplify this. So what's 2x squared? 4x squared, because the squared gets distributed to the 2 and the x. Then here I have 2 times 2x times 5. How do I multiply all of this together? Two times 2x times 5. What gets multiplied together? The 2 and the 5 and what else? How many 2's do I have? 2. So 2, 2, and 5. The numbers get multiplied together. So 2 times 2 would be 4, and 4 times 5 is 20. And then I just have an x there. So we just multiply the numbers together and the x stays there. And then lastly, I have 5 squared. What's 5 squared? 25. That would be my answer. If we wanted to FOIL this out, we could. So I'm going to do it here. So this is like saying 2x plus 5 times 2x plus 5. So FOILing. To FOIL, we start by multiplying the first one. So what's 2x times 2x? 2x times 2x. 4x squared, awesome. So that's the first ones. Then I multiply the outsides. So what's 2x times 5? 10x. And then I multiply the inside. So 5 times 2x would be 10x. And then I multiply the last one. So 5 times 5 is 25. Then I would combine my like terms, which are the ones in the middle here. So this becomes a 20x in the middle, and then 4x squared and 25 stay the same. So this is just meant to be a shortcut to FOILing. But if you forget the shortcut, just FOIL it out. You will get the same answer. All right, let's do 15. So I have 8x plus 3 squared. So because it's a plus and it's squared, I could do my shortcut, which is a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So what's my a? What's my a? 8x. So this would be 8x squared, but it's the whole 8x squared, not just the x, plus 2 times 8x. And what's b? 3. So I plug that into my b's. So times 3 plus 3 squared. What is 8x squared? (64x squared) plus, how do I multiply 2 times 8x times 3? Multiply the numbers. So what's 2 times 3? 6. And 6 times 8? 48. So that would be 48x. And then 3 squared? 9. So This would be our answer. So let's do 16. So I have 4a plus 2 squared. Since it's a binomial squared, I can use my shortcut, a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So what's my a? 4a, so that goes into my a spot, so it'll be 4a squared plus 2 times 4a. And what's my b? 2, so times 2 plus 2 squared. So the 2 goes into the b's, the 4a goes into the a's. What is 4a squared? 16a squared. Perfect. Keep the squared. Next, what's 2 times 4 times a times 2?
16.
Perfect. 2 times 4 would be 8, and 8 times 2 is 16. We multiply the numbers together, and then that a just stays there, so 16a. And then lastly, what is 2 squared? 4. So this would be our answer. So this is when we have a minus b squared. The only difference is that sign in the middle. So it's still a squared, but now it's minus 2ab plus b squared. So only one sign changes, and it's the one in the middle. So here, since it's x minus 2 squared, a binomial squared, I can use my shortcut. So a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. What's my a here? X, so that's going to go into my a's, so it'll be x squared minus 2x. What's my b? It's just 2. We only care about the positive because the sign here changes when this sign changes, so we just care about the number. So just 2 is going to go into the b's. So this would be times 2 plus 2 squared. So that x squared can stay the same. What is 2 times x times 2? 4x, so it'll be minus 4x. And then 2 squared? 4. So our answer is x squared minus 4x plus 4. Any questions here? All right, 19. So again, it's binomial squared that we're subtracting, so I use a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. So what's my a here? 6x, so that's going to go into the a spots. So this will be 6x squared minus 2 times 6x. What's my b? 5, so that's going to go into the b spots. So times 5 plus 5 squared. So what is 6x squared? 36x squared, because we square the 6, square the x. What is 2 times 6x times 5? We can multiply the 2 and the 5 together. What's 2 times 5? 10, and 10 times 6? So 60x. And then 5 squared? 25. So our answer is 36x squared minus 60x plus 25. So I'm going to use my formula, a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. What's my a? 3x, so that goes into the a spots. So 3x squared minus 2 times 3x. What's my b? What's b? 4, so that goes into the b spots. So times 4 plus 4 squared. So what is 3x squared? 9x squared. What is 2 times 3x times 4? So 2 times 3 is 6, and 6 times 4 would be 24. Perfect. And then 4 squared? 16. So my answer is 9x squared minus 24x plus 16. All right, last one, 21. So again, we have a binomial squared. So it is a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. What's my a here? 5x. So that goes into the a's. So this will be 5x squared minus 2 times 5x. What's my b? 3. So that goes into the b's. So it'll be 3 plus 3 squared. So what's 5x squared? 25x squared. What's 2 times 5x times 3? 30x, awesome. And then 3 squared? 9. So 25x squared minus 30x plus 9. Notice how our answers are all in the same form. We have an x squared, an x, and then a constant, and it's always that negative sign, that minus is in the middle. So when you do this shortcut, your answer will always, always, always be in this form. That's why we do the shortcut. Make it easy for us.